So Drew, this idea of financial autonomy is one of my favorite concepts in financial planning. But let's take a few minutes to talk about what do we even mean when we say the term financial autonomy?
Sure. Well, the Financial Autonomy Specialized Practice Group does its own work internally, helping pair advisors for meaningful conversations with their clients. When we're talking specifically about our work with individual clients, it's really helping them create the disciplines to achieve and the freedom to enjoy a positive return on life.
So if I'm early on in my financial life planning, what am I thinking about when I'm thinking about financial autonomy?
So this is a good question. Anytime we're starting out with somebody that's brand new to this, we want to begin with the end in mind.
Yeah.
Okay, set clear goals, clear definable goals, smart action items, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-oriented. Okay, think about what your cash flow looks like. What's your budget? Do you have this emergency savings plan? Have you taken advantage of your employee-sponsored plans? Are you familiar with different tools that you have, different ways to save to achieve what your goals are?
Yeah, and that idea of autonomy and freedom and best life is obviously different early in your planning life than later on. So if you're further along down the road, you've been working for several years, you've been saving for a long time, what are some things that financial autonomy looks like at that stage of the life plan?
Sure. Well, I think one thing you need to do is stop and take stock of where you're at and pat yourself on the back. You probably made a lot more progress than you think you have. Depending on where you are in life, the compounding interest is really starting to get exciting, right? The other thing I would do is review your goals. Where are you? Not only where have you come, where do you need to go? What has changed in your life? And give yourself the freedom and the permission to pivot if you need to.
I think that's a really good point. And I think that we've had this conversation before too, the idea that my goals might look differently than your goals. That it doesn't really matter what your neighbors, that whole keeping up with the Joneses idea, squash it.
Right. Yeah. So then this is maybe the most important thing we can do in financial autonomy is helping you focus on your goals, right? And whether you're just getting started, you're at the midway point or in the twilight of your life plan, okay? Whatever that may be, wherever you are, focusing on what's important to you, comparison is the thief of joy. And don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Don't let what others are doing and how they're spending their lives impact the vision that you have for yourself and your family.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. And I think the other thing that we like to encourage people at McKinley Carter is that idea that you don't have to do this, dive into autonomy on your own.
Right. That's the great thing. You don't have to do this alone. You don't have to live life alone. I mean, like I said, don't suffer in silence, right?
Yeah.
So it's okay. An advisor can work as a thought partner with you, helping you make decisions, letting you know the pros and cons of different things that you want to do with your financial life plan.
That's such a great point. And truly, to any of our listeners, this is really the key encouragement that we would offer you. This idea of pursuing your financial autonomy is really easy with a thought partner. You've got somebody to bounce ideas off, to dig deeper and identify those goals. So this conversation has given you some thought on what does financial autonomy mean to me? Reach out to your McKinley Carter advisor and let's have a conversation about it.